Hi, this is Dr. Ramon Goings with the Done Dissertation. In this video, I discuss a 3-step process that dissertation writers can use to overcome writing anxiety. Step 1 in the process is to first address the root of the anxiety. Over the course of my own journey as a writer, as well as the journey of the clients that I support with the Done Dissertation, I find that writing anxiety is actually not about the writing. You'd be very surprised. The writing is more of a symptom of something more deeper. So that's why in my 3-step process, you must first address the root of your writing anxiety. And what I find is that it often comes down to some thoughts that you have kind of circulating through your mind when you get to write, as well as your thoughts more generally. Some of these thoughts include that you don't feel that you belong in the academy. So sometimes that can freeze you in terms of the academic writer because you're thinking through that lens of, I'm not worthy to be here in the first place. The second thought is that you don't feel that you are worthy of being in scholarly conversation with those writers you've been reading your whole graduate school career. And so again, that talk gets into your mind and sometimes can paralyze you from writing. And then the third one I see oftentimes with my clients is that this idea that they engage and they talk negatively to themselves anytime they go to sit down and write. And that sounds like saying, for instance, that I don't believe I can write. I know I'm not a good writer. I don't know why I'm doing this process. And so if you have those thoughts, we have to first address those before we can move on with anything else. So if you don't know that that's the real root of the issue causing your writing anxiety, you'll never get over the writing piece. The second step in the process is that you must acknowledge and then plan for the anxiety. What I find is that when working with Done Dissertation clients, they often think or they want this instantaneous change in their thought process and their writing overnight. Oftentimes they want it 1 to 2 sessions, and when they don't see that progress, they get very frustrated. And what I tell them is that this process takes a little bit of time, so you can't expect it to happen overnight. However, you can plan to address it. And so with this, I want to give you all a homework assignment that you can work on to put your plan in place. So what I want you to do on a piece of paper or on your cell phone is to jot down every root cause of your writing anxiety. So what are the deep issues that are getting at that writing anxiety? And so with that, the second step of this is that once you have written down those things that bring you anxiety in your writing, what I want you to do is to think about and create a plan as to what you plan to do when those thoughts come into your mind. So I want you to think of actionable strategies and steps that you can take to overcome those anxiety-filled thoughts when they arrive. And then what I want you to do is take a screenshot of that document, whether it be written down or on your cell phone, and I want you to keep that in your phone. And what I want you to do is anytime those thoughts come into your mind, I want you to pull up that document on your phone, that picture, and I want you to take a look at what were the steps that you have already planned to address that particular instance of anxiety around your writing. The third step in the process to overcome writing anxiety is that you must build your writing community to talk through and then write through the anxiety. So in our 3-step process, we have addressed the root cause of the writing anxiety. We then have created a plan to address it. And then the third step in this process is that you have to build that community in order to get support and talk through when you have these ideas of writing anxiety and then write through them. And so the first part about building your community and then talking through the anxiety, in my book, 14 Secrets to a Done Dissertation, I talk about how you can have what I call a reality check partner and an accountability partner. These folks in the book, I talk about how these folks are in place to keep you on task. And this is part of your scholarly community, or what sometimes I would call your scholarly squad. You have to have those folks with you. And so through that process, what I want you to consider is, one, you need to build that squad if you don't already have it. And then if you do have that writing squad, then you need to talk to them whenever you have these feelings about being anxious about writing. Because what I find is that the more you talk through it, the more you can think about your actionable strategies that we created in step 2 of the process, and the more likely it is that you will continue to move forward with your writing. And then it's not only important to talk through your writing and what's causing the anxiety, but then the last part, you have to actually act and use that anxiety and let it actually fuel your writing. So whenever you feel these thoughts, you talk to your scholarly squad, and then you actually go sit down and write. In my book, 14 Secrets to a Done Dissertation, a guide to navigating the dissertation process and finishing in record time, I provide actionable strategies that can allow you to overcome writing anxiety and demystify the dissertation process so that you can build a great done dissertation team and create a dissertation product that you can be proud of because you understand the dissertation process. And if you're experiencing this writing anxiety and you want to talk through that and you have some, thoughts or you have some questions for me, you can feel free to reach out to me directly. You can text me at 301-701-2466. And again, that's 301-701-2466. Thank you for tuning in to the Done Dissertation Show with Dr. Ramon Goings. If you want to take steps to get closer to a done dissertation, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter.